Recently I showed you a Friday Finds video where I showed you a haul, and this necklace was in there. And we're going to upcycle it today.
She stands by the window, stares at the morning sun. She hopes for a clear view before the day.
If you're new to the channel, I'm Vicki, and we are going to upcycle this necklace. While it doesn't look much like a necklace anymore, I took it apart in a recent Friday Finds video where I showed you my haul. And in this video, we're going to see what we can make with this. See what we have. Before we get started, I'll insert here what the original necklace looked like. In fact, there were a few more components to it. And yeah, let's take a look at it. Let's see what it looked like before it looked like this. I like the turquoise, faux turquoise beads. Got a few of those. We have some round ones. We have some faux pearls and some pretty little brass bead caps. The chain, part of the chain is usable, part of it is not. And by the way, it's not marked. Let's go ahead and take this apart while we're at it. That's going to be great to work with. We have two types of chain, round and linked. For today's upcycle, I think I want to work with just the oval chain. Oh, found some more. It's just that I have to separate it from here. That's fine. We'll get that done. These oval beads are faux turquoise. They look like turquoise, but they're fake. They're not the real thing. And they have these gold tone head pins, eye pins through it. So we have 4 of those. And this little bead, it's not a stone. It's plastic. How do I know? The hole is absolutely perfectly drilled. It's not cool to the touch like these are. And even though these were in the original necklace, if you take a close look, they don't even match. Of course, they were separated in the original necklace, but they don't match at all. The stones have a brown vein. These have a gray vein, and the color just doesn't match. I don't know if it's translating to camera or not, but doesn't match. Speaking of not matching, I went through my bead stash and I pulled these out. Now these are drilled stones, faux turquoise, and a completely different color. So when you're working with turquoise, whether it's faux or real, you do want to try to find beads that complement each other. Of course, you could separate them on the jewelry that you're making, but I'm going to have these pretty close together. Even though I have several of these, I'm going to pass. I have some turquoise chips. No, these are not turquoise. These are just dyed, probably dyed halite, and they're pretty and they match fairly well, but I'm not sure if I'm working these in today or not. Not sure about that. But I did find this in my bead stash, and I really like it. Really, really like it. And look how well these little teardrops match. Same color, same brown veining. They look really good. I think they'll look really good together. This is a thrifted necklace. I can't recall where I found it, but thrifted means thrift store. So I'm going to work this in somehow. So I think, so what am I going to do here? I only have about an hour to play. I know that I want to work with this chain as much as I can, this oval link chain. I know that I want to work with these, and I know I want to work with this necklace, including the little faux turquoise teardrops. Is there anything else? I don't know. Maybe I can get by with just what I have. I might need more tools than what I have here, but right now I have 2 flat nose pliers, and I have 1 chain nose or needle nose plier. These are my go-to tools all the time when I'm making jewelry. So these I'm pretty certain I'm going to be working with. I have a ruler. I guess I might need these round nose pliers for making earrings. I have some 2-inch head pins and a couple of gold ear wires. That should be enough to get started. And as I said, I only have about an hour to work, so I can't get too fancy with this, but I'm sure we can come up with something. My mind is already working on some ideas. First thing I want to do is separate this chain because I don't need the round circle chain. I just want, you know what, that looks like a soldered jump ring. It is. I'm just finding the cut and the oval jump ring Opening that up, separating that, and I'm going to set all of this aside for a future project. Who knows what I'll use it for. Better close this back up. Set the head pins aside, and this is the chain, various lengths. I'm not sure how much I'll need, so for now I'm just going to set all this aside. I'm not going to connect it yet. Let's take a look at this necklace. It has a lobster clasp. There's no branding on it. We have a variety of beads here. I can't tell at this point if they're stone or plastic. I'm not going to worry about that too much because these are the focal point and they're stone. But we've got a little green, light green bead. We have a little faux turquoise round bead. We have a rondelle bead. Looks like an 8mm. And it's got a brown side and the aqua side. That's pretty. And then it just kind of repeats itself. We have the faux turquoise teardrop beads, and then we have some glass teardrops, again with the turquoise color on one side, and then kind of a little bit of a brownish color on the other side. I should just say light copper, very light. And it repeats itself. I mean, they do mix up the small beads in between. They mix up the pattern, whoever made this originally. And it's quite long. Not sure how much I have to work with here, but quite a bit to work with, so that's good. And it has this little wire wrapped turquoise stone as well. I have to keep in mind I don't have a whole lot of time today to do this. Oh my gosh, where do I start? I think I'm going to focus on this teardrop and this teardrop stone. And I think I'm going to start taking it apart right here where the crystal teardrop is. We've got the light green on either side. Don't ask me why, but that's where I'm going to start. I am going to use my needle nose pliers, also known as chain nose pliers, just because they'll get in here really easy. I'm going to take off this. I'm going to remove the teardrop, the glass teardrop, and close it back up when I'm done because I don't know if I'll use that on something else someday. And to open a loop, you just open it kind of sideways. Set that aside. So now I have two pieces with these teardrops right here. Let's start bringing this in. I'd like to add a pendant to this, so I envision this right here. I could connect it directly to the little eye pin or loop on the end of these little beads, or I could add a jump ring to it. I have to think about that for a second. I want to create a little separation, just a little bit of separation between these two little green beads and here. So I'm looking at the end of the necklace and thinking, well, I could use this little green bead, or I could use the turquoise bead, but that would be turquoise on turquoise, or I could use the crystal as a separator. I kind of like the crystal. So I'm going to take this crystal off of here and go ahead and attach it here. Close it up. Open it up on the other end. I'm going to close it up for right now because I want to take a look at this. Let's take a look at this here, what I'm doing. I want this little crystal to drop down. So I'm going to open up the loop on this little green bead and attach it to the loop with the little crystal. You'll see in a second. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'll show you. This is what I have. I have this crystal attached in between each of the green beads so that it just creates a little drop. I'm going to go ahead and open up one loop on this large oval turquoise bead, faux turquoise bead. You know it's faux turquoise. I'm just going to say turquoise from here on out. But I just want to make sure that I don't mislead you. Okay, so now we have one attached. What can we do with these others? Now, the pattern is not the same here in between these two teardrops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads, but you can see that the pattern is not the same. And really, that's okay. It doesn't have to be the same. But I need to decide if I drop these down, where do I want to place them, and how far apart. Do I want to keep them in close? I tend to think so. I mean, I don't want to be that close. That's far too close. But I think I can go on the outside here of these two beads. even though they're different. And I might want to do the same thing. Drop those down a little bit. I think it will help for them to dangle better if they have a little bead like this. So I'm going to take another bead off of the end. I mean, I could take it off of either end for that matter. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and start working on this end. I'm going to take the lobster clasp off. I might work it back in, but I need to think. I use the glass rondelle there, but what do I want to use here? Do I want to use the same bead or not? Glass rondelle like I did here, or small green bead, or the faux turquoise bead. Decisions. If I put the glass bead, it's going to be the same as here. I don't want that. Okay, I think I have only one choice, and that's the little green bead, so that it's different. Different next to here and different next to here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this little green bead on here. I think I'll just go ahead and do the same on this one. Little green bead on here. Planning on attaching it there and there. I think I can get by with just opening this up on the top loop and placing it right here. I'll have to look at it and see if that's going to work or not. It might. I'm going to go with it. I can always adjust it later if it doesn't work. And for here, if you're enjoying this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so, and keep watching. There's more. This bead is the focal point of the necklace, and I think I want to double up on that. I think I'm going to add another one to it. The question is, do I want to put a spacer in between or place it right up against the other bead? I think a spacer would look nice. Question is, which bead? I have so many to choose from. I could do the glass one again, but it's fairly repetitive there. I don't really like the turquoise one there. Do I want to do the green here to kind of tie everything together? Yes, I do. I already know I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put it through one of the loops on the large oval bead before I undo the other side. And always opening the loop sideways. Let's attach this. I love that these connector beads, you know, all of these beads, you could call them connector chain. All of these beads are connected and all the work was done for me. So that's why I thought this would be a pretty quick and easy project today. Look at that. I put it on the wrong one. I'm talking away and I just put it on the wrong one. It goes over here. Easy fix, easy peasy. Question is, do we want to add any dangles here? I think I do want to add some dangles. The question is what? Do I want to add crystals? This little green bead, green rondelle, and a little crystal? How long do I want to get? That's the question. Just trying a couple of different ways. Because I really can go as long as I want on these, as long as I don't go longer than this. It's just the pattern that I want. Or do I want to put a teardrop here? No, the teardrops are drilled from the side, so that doesn't work. I've tried this different directions, and I think I'm going to go with putting the light green crystal rondelle at the bottom. Close it up. Let's do the same thing over here, the same exact thing. I just need to find the little green rondelle and right here. So I just had to look through the pattern and find it. Close it up and then remove everything after the crystal. Let's take a look at it. This is what we have so far. I still have the teardrops here and I like that, but I have a lot of space between these oval turquoise beads and the teardrop, and I feel like it needs something. It needs something there. I'm going to take a piece apart here. I'm going to take the teardrop crystal off and take a look at what my options are if I want to fill something in here. Now the teardrop I know I can't use because it goes sideways, so let's just take that off of here. And I like to close everything up as soon as I'm done. So what if I worked this in here? Or am I spreading it out too far? Do I want to work something like this in here and keep everything close together? I kind of like that. It ends up the same pattern here, the same bead. Maybe it needs to be a little bit longer than this one and a little bit shorter than this one. What do I still have to work with here? I'm going to remove the teardrop. And this teardrop. I'm going to have a lot of pieces and parts here pretty soon as I keep removing all the teardrop beads, whether it's the stone or the glass. I have two pieces that are alike. I just don't think they're long enough, but I can add to it. I could put that right here and right there, and I could add on to it. Why not? Let's do it. It's so forgiving. We can take it apart at any time. These are all the loose pieces that I have right now. So I have the green, the crystal, the light green. I have pretty much every bead in here. Do I want to finish off with another little turquoise bead? That puts two of them right here. Or do I want to finish off with a crystal? These have crystals. Yes, what do I want to do here? Even though I have a turquoise bead right here, I think I'm going to finish off with the turquoise. Do you see how easy this is? Just opening up the loops, closing them up. It's so nice and easy for a quick project. And I'm sure you'll find beaded chain like this when you're out thrifting. You'll come across it at some point. Ooh, that's looking pretty. I have more on this side than this side. I'll have to adjust that at some point. And I still have this space between the dangles of the pendants. Just say pendants, plural, because I have quite a few of them. I still have lots of space between here. It's only 2 beads, but I almost feel like it needs something there. What do we need there? What do I have in these? Oh, that's the wire wrapped teardrop at the very end of the necklace. I might be able to work that back in, but for now, I'm going to remove that. Let's take a look here, what my options are. I have 3 beads here and only 2 here. I don't have enough chain to work in chain dangling from here. I just don't have enough. I think I'm going to need that for around the neck. Oh, I have another one of these little green beads, little round. Let's add this on back to here. I think I can work these in. The question is where? Where do I work it in? How far apart do I go? That's the question. I think I'm going to work it in right here. If I get too far away, it looks like I didn't finish the necklace. I have a large gap. So I think I'm going to work it in right here. Just opening that sideways. Close it up. You can see how these needle nose get right in there. Same thing here. Open this sideways. And I'm just putting it on the other side of this bead. I don't know how well you can see this. Loop to loop. So that's what I have so far. I'm on both sides of this bead and both sides of that bead. I'm trying to keep them close enough. I have a little extra space between I have a little extra space here. Do I have something in the wrong place? Let me study on this for a minute. I do have a little extra space. This chain should be over here. Oh my gosh. You probably saw that. You saw it long before I did. You're looking at it from a different perspective than what I am. Needs to be here. The bead needs to be here. And this needs to come over here. Wow. So you get just one off, one length of beads off, and you got to fix a couple. Luckily, this is extremely easy to fix. It's not like it's on string. That would take a little longer. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm almost happy with it. I have 3 here, and I could add on to these. I could come down just a little longer. I'm wondering if I need 1 or 2 beads to be longer, but not longer than this. It looks like I could do, well, that's actually the same, almost the same length as this. Of course, it's going to hang when it's around the neck. Of course, it's going to be a little more like this. But I could add 1 bead here and 1 bead here. All right, what's that bead going to be? What am I going to take off of here now? I think, because I'm trying to taper back, and these are the same length. I don't want them the same length. These need to be just a little bit longer. Maybe just 1 bead, not 2, just 1 bead. Of course, I know this is going to curl up around the neck, but I'm going to lay it out straight for now. What is that 1 bead going to be? I don't want it to be a crystal. I've got 3 green right there. I guess it's going to have to be this light green crystal. Not the big aqua green, but a light green crystal. And I need to remove the rest. This is actually very relaxing. Even though it's taking some thought, it's still very relaxing. Okay, I need another little light green. I'm going to take it right here and add it here. Remove the rest of it, anything I'm not using. Close it up so it's ready for the next time. So this is what we have. I think that's showing up pretty good in camera. We have these that I think now need to be a little bit longer. Just a little bit. It needs another bead. Let's put a crystal. I have crystal, or more of the light green. I think it's going to be another light green crystal, small crystal, smaller than the blue crystal. I might have to piece some of this back together to have enough to finish off the necklace. And another light green. What's your favorite color of beads? Do you have a favorite color? I like a lot of colors. I think you know that. I wear a lot of clothing in a lot of different colors. I know you always see me with black sleeves, but that's just so my sleeves don't detract from what I'm showing you. Oh yeah, this is coming together now. This is looking good. Okay, now, do we put anything between here and the teardrop, or do we have enough? Do we have enough going on that we can just proceed, or do we need just 2 beads? Do we need just 2 beads? I'm not adding any charms or anything here. If I went with 2 beads, what would it be? Would it be that? Decisions. I'm deep in thought. Do I want a couple of beads there? That would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dangles. I'm going to do it. I'm going to just put this green one at the top, on the outside here. I have no idea how this is going to look when it's actually dangling around the neck. I might have to tweak it when it's all said and done. Add or remove something. We'll see. Wow, that's coming together. That is pretty. Pretty. I do think I'm good here. I like it. I think it's really pretty, very fancy. And now I just need to make sure I have the same amount of beads here and here. I don't have a lot here to work with. Few. I mean, I could add in some more of these, turquoise beads on that are drilled sideways. I could do that. I'm going to bring this down a little bit. But I'm very happy with this. I just need to decide. I mean, I only have 2 of these turquoise stones here, and yet I have more that I could add. And I like the turquoise stones better than the glass beads, the glass teardrops. That's what I'm trying to say. I like the turquoise teardrops better than the glass teardrops. So let's free up a couple over here and decide if we want to work these in, and where do I want to work them in. Do you see where the green beads are here? Little light green rondelle. It's a glass bead. That's where I think I want to put these in. Add these back in. I don't want to get too close, so I think I'm going to put them right there. Typically I like to work in, odd numbers, but I think I'll be okay with just 2 of these in here. So that means I need to take this little light green rondelle out of here. Easy enough. Slip this in, close it up, take the green bead out completely. I mean, I don't have to. I could just leave it in there and put it right past that. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's leave it in. I don't have to take it out. Just moving it over, sliding it over. That's all we did. We just fit that in here and slid this over. I'm going to go ahead and fit that teardrop in here. By the way, these loops aren't perfect, so if you are worried about your loops, don't be. Hardly any jewelry is perfect. Just take a look at it, close look at it, and you'll find out that most jewelry is not perfect. So I don't aim for perfection. I aim for the best that I can do, and I don't want to make obvious mistakes, but some things just don't have to be perfect. What do you think so far? I'm not going to put any more teardrops in here. I think it's going to get too far up on the neckline if I do that. I do want to finish this off, though, at the same distance, the same length. And you can see here, I'm going to turn this the other direction. These are just going to fall wherever they fall right now. We've got the longest one right here. I'm going to line up the teardrops, and you can see this one is just a little bit longer than this one. I want to work this chain in. I want the overall length to be about 19 inches. I'm not very comfortable with 18-inch necklaces. I'm not making it for myself. I'm going to make it to sell, but to measure, this is 9 inches, 9 is 18, but I want 19 inches. I'm going to move this down to 9.5 because the measurement starts right here. So you can see I need about 3 more inches. I'm going to have enough chain to do that, and that's a good thing, but I have 1 bead more on this one than the other one, this side. So I'm just going to remove a bead. I don't know if I'm going to like these teardrops though. I don't know if they're going to look right. I don't know if they're going to be too far up on the neckline. I'll leave them in here for now, and I'm going to go ahead and add some chain. I'm going to take 2 flat nose pliers and open this up. I really should have a jump ring here. I don't know how well this is going to fit through here. If it fits okay, then fine. Close it up, pinch it, give a little pinch. Again, I'm trying to stay at 9.5. You can see it's too long, and I still have the clasp to add. So I'm going to take this off right here. Always open a jump ring sideways. Take off the excess chain. Then I might recycle the original lobster clasp. I might very well do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take, this piece isn't long enough. I don't know. So I'm going to take another piece of the chain, open this up, attach it over here. It seems to be working fine without a jump ring. Close it up. I need this to be the same length. So I need to open it up right here. We're almost there. Almost. Close it up. I might make some earrings too, so keep watching here. I have the lobster clasp. I'm going to open this up sideways, attach it to the last link. I did not see a jump ring on this, which is kind of unusual. It's all chain. Typically, you would put the lobster clasp into a jump ring. I'm going to grab a jump ring. I've got about an 8mm gold jump ring. Open it sideways, attach it to the last link, close that up, and then let's add an extension chain. I don't think I want to add a very long extension chain. I should have left this open at an inch, inch and a half. I'm going to add this length chain on here for the extension chain. And then remember this little wire wrapped teardrop stone? Guess what? We're going to work that back in here. Now it's wire wrapped, so I can't open that. And no, I can't take credit for wire wrapping it. I did not. You did not see me do that. Cheating here. But I am going to upcycle it, and upcycling is a good thing. So that is on the end of the extension chain. So if the lobster clasp goes into the ring like this, and then we have a nice extension chain. And this is what I have left in chain. And I can tweak this later on if I want to. I think we should make a pair of earrings to go with it, so don't run off here. Come up with something. This is what I have. I don't know if I can, how can I show this to you and fit it all in frame? Make it look like a little heart. Can I shape that like a little heart? That's what we have. And to make some quick earrings, I've got a couple of ear wires, a couple of head pins if I need them. I don't have any gold eye pins. I don't know why, but I don't have any gold eye pins. I could make some. These are the components that I have left. Gosh, I'm looking around. This is all I have left in beads. I really used up the beads, didn't I now? That's a good thing. Now I do have this teardrop. I don't know if I have a jump ring large enough. What can I do? What do I have? I have these beads. I think I need to make an eye pin. Introducing another tool. Cutting off the head of a gold head pin to make an eye pin. Just going to make a loop, roll it back to straighten it up. We have an eye pin. Let's do the same thing here. And I'm thinking, I think I want to take some of the beads off of here. A couple of the round turquoise beads. I'm going to have to cut the wire to get that bead off of there. Where'd the bead go? There's my bead. Didn't go flying. Where did my bead go? So I have two of the little round turquoise beads. Let's also take, I don't even have two crystals. Oh yes I do, I have two crystals. Again, I'm just going for the beads now, not using them as an actual connector bead. I just want the beads. That's all I'm going for. I think it's pretty amazing that I'm actually using up pretty much every part of this linked bead necklace. I'm not sure that I like the beads stacked on each other. I almost want to put a rondelle or something between there. I do have a little daisy spacer in gold. I don't have a lot of gold components, but I'm going to at least put that in here. I do have some little round gold beads. Going to proceed with this. Bend this at a right angle, cut it down to about 1/4 of an inch, make a loop, open it sideways and attach the ear wire. We'll figure out the dangle in just a minute. What's the dangle going to be? I took the wire out of this faux turquoise bead. I'm going to take it out of here too. I don't know if my idea is going to work or not. We shall find out together. I have a fairly large jump ring. It's probably a 10 millimeter. I'm going to see if it will fit through here. Is it going to fit? Okay, it fits through there. Is it going to be too overpowering for this? Boy, it sure looks too big. That's pretty good size. It would be nice if a smaller jump ring could fit through here, but I don't know. I just don't know if a smaller one will fit. I have a smaller jump ring. I mean, I'll get it through here. Oh goodness, I think it's going to work. I thought it was going to be too small. It's going to work. I'm going to change this one out. It's just way too big. Close it up. Oh my gosh, I think we've got it. We do. We have it. We have the necklace and the earrings. It's striking for sure. I upcycled 2 necklaces to do this. All I have left is a little bit of chain, a few beads, and the round circle linked chain from the original necklace. I'm really happy with it. Oops, there's that bead I lost earlier. I knew I had one more of those somewhere. I could add one more bead here. Do we do it? Do we add one more bead here? Almost looks like it's crying out for one more bead. But what do I have left? The only thing I could add is another green bead. Let's do it.
What can you do when you're head over heels in love? No need to fight, but it's keeping her up all through the night.
As I was cleaning up, I found these. These are the original earrings to the linked beaded necklace. So I'm going to go ahead and include 2 pairs of earrings with this set. The longer ones that I made and the original ones to this beaded necklace.
The promises we make seem to be improvised. What can you do when you're head over heels?
You'll find this necklace and earrings listed in our eBay store, Avante Avenue, and you'll find the link below the video where it says more. Just click on the word more to open up the drop-down box. And you'll also find links for the tools that I use. For those of you who saw the haul last week of this necklace with these beads, did you ever envision anything like this? For sure, I had to incorporate a whole nother necklace with this, but the colors just worked out great. I'm really happy with it. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Vicki with Avante Jewellery, and I'll see you in the next video.